always going to see dupe and delight with these crisis actors, and that's because they know they're deceiving the public. They're nervous, they can't help but crack a smile, they laugh, they do it every time. So you're always going to see that duping delight.
She found a moment to speak with us.
Tell me a bit about Sayad.
First thing I think of is he's got beautiful shoulders.
And a beautiful spirit too.
He was just a gentle, kind, very quiet, loving boy.
And he loves school.
Yeah. He loved maths.
Sayad also loved sport.
Sayad was just this cool kid. He was just a typical Kiwi boy. He was a real football boy. In fact, we all signed a football today.
Steve, I have to start with you because, just being honest, I had reservations about you bringing your 12-year-old son on a day after this shooting, and I just want you to tell me why you felt so strongly about him being on national TV. What do you want us to know about your son?
I mean, I honestly didn't feel strongly about him being here. I really completely left it up to him. I asked him this morning, and I just approached him and said, "Hey, buddy, I heard from CNN, and they asked if I might want to be on TV to talk about what happened at your school. Is that something you might want to be a part of?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll kind of think about it." So honestly, he didn't really decide to come up until just about, literally when we pulled in the parking lot. But I do feel it's important to not only hear from the adults from this, but also, maybe more importantly, to hear from the kids.
All right, so Nate, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. It was incredibly scary during it, and at least half the kids in my class broke into tears when it started happening. It was incredibly scary, and our teacher had us hide in the closet.
Oh. Can you... I would have been so scared, and can I just say you are so brave to be standing there with me today, and I am in awe of you. Can you take me back to yesterday and tell me what happened?
So I have sensitive ears. So they shot out the doors, and I heard the gunshots, and I just kind of froze. And then the siren came on, and our teacher and somebody started cracking a joke, and the teacher told them to shut up, and then she had us hide behind her desk. And when the shooter got closer, she moved us into the closet. I was hiding in the corner, and they were right outside the door. I had my hand on the metal baseball bat, just in case, because I was going to go down fighting if I was going to go down.
This is your child. Yeah, thank you. I will. Steve, I mean, I'm sorry, forgive me. It's just to hear your precious child describing holding a baseball bat and hearing gunshots in the window. Mm-hmm. How do you process that?
Thank you very much. I'm Madeline Wolford. And I'd just like to say that I'm so grateful to be here, and it wouldn't be possible without those officers and first responders and these amazing doctors. And
anytime. Thank you for having me.
Samantha, first I want to know how you're feeling. I know you did get some bullet wounds, and I know your best friend was shot right next to you.
Yeah.
Do you know how she's doing?
Yeah.
Have you been able to hear what happened to her?
Yeah, unfortunately, she didn't make it.
Oh. Samantha, we're
so sorry about that, Samantha. So sorry. Are you okay, honey?
I'm okay. Thank you.
We're sending love and prayers to you right now.
Look at this dude's face, will you? He's smiling like he hit the Powerball jackpot. This is that Telemachus' father. He's smiling within 24 hours of his son's death.
We asked Telemachus' father to share a few words about his son.
He was a survivor. He was a survivor of Las Vegas. And how ironic, right? That my son, who's a survivor of Las Vegas, okay, and was a bit of a gun enthusiast, should be killed this way. He was a survivor. He was a survivor.
This is going to happen again, and it's going to happen again and again. If you go to mowing down 5-year-olds, right, with an assault weapon, and you have people saying it's a hoax, nothing is going to change.
And there was also a cop that was killed. So let's look at this smiling cop's face as he's talking about his fallen mate.
This morning, in front of the cameras, a reporter asking that sheriff, did your sergeant survive?
Sergeant Hills died. Sergeant passed away at the hospital.
You see the smiling sellout to Satan? You see what I'm telling you? It's unbelievable.
Samantha, listen, I know you lost good friends in the shooting, and of course you're paying a price. You got shot in one leg, shrapnel in another leg, and I'm sure the viewers tonight, as they look at you there, their heart goes out to you. The first question is just how are you doing in the days since this attack?
You know, just taking it one day at a time. I can't say that I'm not exhausted, but I have all the support in the world by everyone that I love right now.
Well, keep them close to you. So you just gone through this. You're sitting in your hospital bed. You receive a call from President Trump. Tell us how that conversation went.
It went quite interesting. One of the first things he said to me was that he heard that I was a big fan of his and that he was a big fan of mine, and he was just trying to console me and let me know that everything was going to be okay. He then commenced to call the shooter a sick puppy and probably used the word, oh boy, probably a solid 8 times. I can't say that I was consoled or helped.
You didn't feel well. What do you have any idea what gave him the impression that you were a big fan of his, as he said to you?
I'm not quite sure. It's not like we've had any prior engagements to that phone call, so maybe it was just an assumption.
Oh, look at the gorgeous smile. This is the future right here. A future generation of sellouts. Yeah, she was very brave. Well, of course she was brave. She knew it was a fucking drill. So after Sandy Hook, I'm supposed to believe this garbage? Nope, it's fake until proven real. You know, just another fucking drill.
So there was a school shooting yesterday in Spokane, Washington, and it was stopped by a hero janitor. And if you were wondering, is this a real shooting? Well, it wasn't.
I heard a loud pop, and I turned around and I saw him, and he was just going, and he was completely passive, and he was just shooting, and he shot one young man, and then I crouched down to the floor, and I'm pretty sure he shot the ceiling, and then he shot the girl next to me, and she fell down, and as everyone was running, I could just hear her screaming, help me, and she was screaming, help me, over and over, and Celine, the girl next to me, she was bleeding, she'd been shot in the back, and I looked to my left, and there was the boy he had shot. I looked to my right, and there down the hall there was another boy, someone I assumed that was shot, and a little while away next to class room I could see the pistol that he'd used, and it was just very scary, very surreal, and I couldn't believe what was happening. I thought, well, not my school, surely. I had gotten on the bus, and I sat down with my friend, and we were laughing. A boy behind me was telling jokes and stuff, and the boy in front of me, he was laughing, telling jokes, and he rides my bus. I've talked to him before, and then I didn't think that in 30 minutes, so that he would be dead.
You know, normal reaction for some teenagers that just witnessed a murder and an active shooter event.
Your face ain't matching the words that you're saying.
To me, she was bleeding. She'd been shot in the back. He was a regular person. 30 minutes later, he had passed. It was horrifying.
Oh, your acting's horrifying.
So why is this woman so wide-eyed and happy? Do you think she won the lottery or what? No. Her husband died. That's why she's so happy.
This is 4 days after her husband was murdered in the biggest massacre in U.S. history, right? And she, look at this smile. I mean, wake the fuck up, people. Like, what the fuck? I'm telling you, if your husband was just slaughtered in a huge bloody massacre, you wouldn't be having a face like this on, okay? But let's humor her and watch a little bit of the video.
This was Sonny's favorite shirt, and we went to a lot of concerts this year, including rock concerts like Metallica and Guns N' Roses, and whatever concert we went to, he wore an Eric Church t-shirt.
When your husband is gunned down, mowed down by a crazy psychopath in the biggest massacre in U.S. history, and you're going around with this look on your face 3 days, 4 days after it happened, doing fucking Dr. Oz interviews. I mean, I don't know how much more proof you need that this is complete bullshit, but people keep buying into this shit.
And I'm seeing two girls down on the ground, and one clearly has really big bruises on her back, and they're trying to help her onto a gurney, and she was loud. She didn't like that. It hurt. And there was one girl sitting up, but the two on the ground, I knew something was going to be bad if they had to be laying down. And it was traumatizing. Oh my God. If I were walking to class, or to this class 2 minutes later, or if I had gone on my normal route, I would have been right there when that happened. And I had crossed the street just before that happened, so.
And at any point, did you see this vehicle?
I did not.
As I said, I was just informed by the chief that the detectives have a couple leads that they're following up on. They're interviewing people, and if we can put something together, we may pursue them ourselves. And if we need the help of the people through the media, we'll be quick to let you know.
And are you looking for a suspect?
We will be. I guarantee you that. I think we need to nail that down. I think we need that.
Are you looking for a suspect?
We will be. I guarantee you that. I think we need to nail that down.
What sort of injuries they're facing, whether or not they need to go to the OR, but these patients sort of skipped that whole first and second triage part, went straight to the OR. And so, we were literally just told patient, male or female, and amputation.
We've tried to be careful and respectful of what the families here are going through, tried not to ever intrude on their suffering. But after Sunday night's program, we got a call from the McDonald family.
And sure enough, her cake was purple, turquoise, and polka dots. It was totally graced. It was so colorful.
It's one of a kind, too.
And it was she was all about peace. She really was.
Looks like the family is there, and they're getting ready to to come to the microphone, so we'll listen in. Okay.
So my name's Robbie Parker. My family is one of the families that lost a child yesterday in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shootings here in Connecticut.
Robbie Parker, whose daughter, 6-year-old Emily Parker, you see her there, was shot and killed yesterday.
Reunions. What's it like to be back with your mum? You must have been really worried.
I was.
What was that? You must have heard the news and feared the worst.
It was terrifying. But thank God they're fine.
I'm sure she will be fine, laughing right in our face, just completely mocking us. The daughter can't even keep a straight face.
Doop, 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 doop a delight. 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 Doop, doop,
As I read my script, I just can't help but for smiling, 'cause I can't fake those feelings, but fuck you, fun to me.
The room was empty and my legs were all dusty from where I tried to swing, and the girl next to me, she was bleeding. She'd been shot in the back, and I looked to my left and there was the boy he had shot. I looked to my right, and there down the hall there was another boy, someone I assumed that was shot, and
doop, 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 doop a delight. Doop, doop, Duper delight, 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 doop.